Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I think
Can
it's
you hear
me.
me?
1 second. Oh, hello?
Can
There
you
we
hear me?
go. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn it down 1 second. Oh, shit's going crazy.
Sorry, I had to turn on my mic and everything.
Yeah, I had my speakers unplugged. So I was talking. I'm like, can you hear me? I seen your mouth going, but how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Oh, really good. Really good.
Just out mowing the grass.
Oh, is it nice there today?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
like see the mountains in the background there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I was seeing the mountains today too. It was clear here because I'm in
right on.
Calgary. Yeah, I'm in Calgary. So
I've
we
always
can,
wanted to go to Calgary.
oh, it's pretty nice here. It's
Yeah,
actually probably similar, like not the city, but in the country is probably similar to there, I think.
yeah, it's all Rocky Mountains, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I love the Rockies, man. I love
Me
them.
too. Me too.
Yeah, I was golfing. That's why I was running late.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, there was a big thunder. Actually, some hail came through and I got stuck and I couldn't get out of there. Oh, unless I want
Okay.
to get soaked. Yeah, yeah. Then now the other two guys that are normally on with me, Matt, Matt Mask.
Oh
He,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, our coach, yeah. He called a practice. So they went to practice and I got left alone on the podcast tonight. So
Well,
that's
that'll
okay.
teach
I
him.
wanted to have you on, right? So
Matt
yeah,
just
yeah.
hates me. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, he's probably training hard. He's got a match too, I
Yeah,
believe.
same day. That same day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right on. So I was looking at the matches today. This
Yeah.
Green, is that what's his how do you pronounce his name? Fall
I
Green?
I think Falgren. Falgren,
Mm.
I think. But
Is he
I'm not
Swede?
100% sure, Brian. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. You didn't yeah, you just wing it. Have you studied him?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've checked him out. He's a high hand top roller, like fingers knuckles up high,
Okay.
and posts really hard. And he's got a long lever. He's taller than me, probably 2 or 3 inches.
So he's gonna have a long flavor.
That height for sure.
Mm. Yeah. So the high knuckle, what, like a Bajent, like a Travis Bajent?
Yes, similar, but he doesn't have that sweeping move that Travis does.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
more, I want to say, just a poster, and he back pressures quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know Matt's going up against Brad Grundy, right-handed, it looks like.
Doesn't Matt have a right and a left-handed match?
I think he does, actually.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't. I thought I saw that as well.
yeah, Brad Grundy on the
Grundy's
right.
what was that? Grundy on the right.
Yeah, and then oh yeah, this is Brock. Something
Oh,
Brock.
yeah, Brock. What's his name? He's from Florida as well, and he actually is a when he trains, he's really good lefty.
Oh wow.
He's a
Okay.
he's a hooker, like kind of a side pressure
Ooh,
guy.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
more of a side pressure than a hook, more of a just glide
well,
sideways.
no, he'll sink his hook kind of with a lat, and then he kind of goes sideways.
Mm, yeah. Hmm.
But Grundy's sure come along in the last couple years, year and a half.
Yeah,
Like
he's
I
really
I would have
impressed me.
never thought that he had what it would take to give a match to Matt, but he seems really confident. So see how that
Yeah.
goes.
Well, I watched his match with Pavlo, and
Yeah,
that was impressive.
yeah.
That was very impressive. I thought Pablo was going to be way too strong, like way too strong for him. So yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Well,
So
Pablo's way too strong for almost everybody.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what it appears. It appears he is. It
Yeah.
looks like he was training with Bob Brown there for a while. I'm sure
Oh
his
yeah.
technique
I
getting
went I
better.
went to that practice with him to kind of
Yeah,
have him give him a little bit more than what the people there could do.
yeah, yeah,
When he uses technique, he's something else.
yeah.
But when he tries to muscle through stuff, then you can get little edges on him because he doesn't.
He
He
fatigues.
tends to not focus on the technique side of things.
Yeah, yeah. I'm bad for that. Sometimes I just rely on my brute strength and then it might work for a round and and then I usually blow up when I try to do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's a
I've
bad
got a
habit,
match with
strength's a
I've,
curse, they say.
yeah. I've got a match with Pablo in September in Toronto.
Oh, at Magna's event.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, nice, nice. That's
Yeah, I'm kind
awesome.
of excited about
September?
that. September 7th, I want to say it is.
I might get actually witness that. I might be going down there in
Oh,
September.
good.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. We just had our provincials here this weekend. So
Oh, you did?
yeah, yeah.
How'd you do?
Oh, I did bad. I didn't. Well, see, I ref too, and
Oh,
it
okay.
was rough. I had it all planned out. I was trained up. I have a big super match in August against Chuck Young, the
Oh, I
Destroyer.
know Chuck.
Call
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going against him August 17th. So I started getting a little itchy and I was training too close to provincials and then I ref too. So then I was refing all day. And refing and I don't know what it is. Whenever I ref,
It takes a lot out of you.
yeah, I just never compete at a good level when I'm refing. Like I don't know why. I fatigue, I blow up quick on those days and I can't get in the groove. I got third
Pe-
in my
pe-
class, but yeah.
People don't understand how much refing affects, like how it exhausts you. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, no, it's up and down and you're squatting and when I'm like six, almost 6'4", so it's easier if you're shorter, I think. And I try to be good at it too. I try to be a good ref, so I do my best, right? So
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to suck at it, but nobody's
yeah.
ever really happy about how you do either.
No, there's no yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. They've been pretty nice to me. I've been lucky.
Oh,
I
good.
uh I ended up no, it went good. I didn't compete at the level I wanted, but I ended up getting awarded the Spirit Award at the provincials and it's for
Oh,
like contributions to the sport.
oh,
And,
good.
yeah, and actually tell you the truth, best award I ever got in my life. It was just the way they announced it. Brian's held this many events. He's come up through the reffing and he's arm wrestles his butt off. He's got a podcast, brings in international talent. And they just went off and they gave me the Spirit Award. And I thought that was touching. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, I've received a couple sportsmanship awards, and they're up there with my favorites.
They are.
Like it means a lot when your peers pick
No,
you for doing something
Dinner.
out of the ordinary.
thank you. Dinner, sorry.
There you go.
Good wife. Good wife.
There,
Yeah. No, that's just it, like I don't do it because I want anything from it. I love the sport and I just wanted to get better and do my part, right? But when people notice it, it does feel pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, those are the ones that mean the most for me, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So, okay, so do you feel good? I know I haven't
Well,
seen you cold for a long time, so
so I had back surgery on the last Friday in April, the 24th, I think it was. I had a few bulged discs in my lower back, and they had to go in and cut out some of the bone in my spine to
ooh,
relieve some pressure off my discs. And I still have, like, I was having that nerve pain that just sucks, like it just
yeah,
doesn't go away.
yeah, because it's constant pressure on it.
Yeah, and so that's starting to feel better. I haven't been able to give everything 100% because they tell you not to do much for 6 weeks,
Okay.
and then at 8 weeks you're supposed to be 100% healed. Well, 8 weeks is one day prior to the Eric match, so
Oh, okay.
so I'm hoping, like I competed in Hawthorne a couple weeks ago, Hawthorne, Nevada, at the Freedom Pole there, and it's not a big event, but there's some good people. Like Vrej goes to it, and then this new Armenian kid, Arsen. I don't know his last name, but he's competed in that Russian AMC league, and he's really good. And Tom Nelson was there, so I ended up winning the left-handed class for that, and took third right-handed behind Tom and that Arsen kid.
Okay. Well,
But
hey,
so
that's not too
I
bad.
have competed. I've been trying to recover from this surgery, but I've also been trying to stay on top of things so that I will be as ready as I possibly can for the Eric match. I told Eric when they asked me, I said, "Hey, I'm having this back surgery. This is what I'm going to be. I can't promise that I'm going to be 100%, but I'd still like to take the match. I want you to know where I'm at right now, just so you understand."
Yeah.
Um, he said he still wanted the match. It was a big opportunity for him, so we're still going to do it.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
Well, quick question. Somebody asked, how strong is Alajon?
Um. Oh, Alajon.
Yeah.
So when I went into that match, I was I studied a lot about his matches, and I honestly thought that his hand was going to be the strong point, and that my arm would probably be able to compete with his arm.
Opposite.
When we actually gripped up and the first ready go, I hit pretty quick. He caught me in a hook and just drugged me all the way back across the table. So I was completely wrong on my analysis. His arm was way stronger than my arm, but my hand, I think my hand, because out of the strap I was taking his hand,
Yep.
and so I felt like I was just completely opposite in what my initial uh, plan was. And I think if I pulled him again, we would do a couple things different. But I don't know if I could even give him a match. The kid is incredible for his size. He's incredible.
Well, you know what? You weren't you didn't do the worst against him that I've seen now. So you know, out of all the matches, I just thought, you know what, there was a minute there where it looked like, okay, yeah, like I
Yeah,
seen you get his hand, and you know what I mean, like there was at least something, there was a chink, so
yeah. I felt the same way against Artem Morozov as well. I feel like there were spots in that match where I had a chance.
yeah, yeah,
But I'm an old those kids are half my age. I
yeah,
turned 50 this month, and
yeah.
they're 23 and 24, and it's just ridiculous how strong they are at that age.
I can't believe I want to know how they get their tendons so strong, because it's like I can't pull that hard if I wanted to. My tendons don't let me. Yeah.
Well, I know that they've been arm wrestling since they were just little. Like
Yeah, that would,
there's videos of those guys like just arm wrestling in clubs since they're 8 years old.
yeah, they
So I
start
think their tendons have just that's what they've done their
just
entire life.
natural. Yeah, just natural. Yeah. I mean, when I started the sport, it was only a few years ago, and I had a bicep tendon tear my first month.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was old. I was old. It was COVID that got me into arm wrestling, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, depression, COVID, nothing going on. And I was sitting there on the couch and getting, wasting away, really is what I was doing. And then I watched some WAL matches, like everyone, like a lot of the new guys, right?
Yeah.
And Matt, I'm like, oh, he only lives in Red Deer because that's close to Calgary. It's like an hour drive, right? So
Yeah.
I messaged, and he's like, well, if you want to get good, you got to come to fucking practice. And I said, okay. And he sent me his address, and I've never stopped arm wrestling since. So
Yeah. It's
it was that
crazy.
easy.
A lot of Americans, a lot of North Americans don't start until their later years. I
Yeah.
started when I was 24 ish, I think. But then I took a big hiatus. Went through a divorce from my first wife, and kind of she asked me to stop arm wrestling, and we were trying to work things out. And then I never got back into it for 9 years, 9.5 years. And when I was watching WAL on ESPN with my new
Yeah.
wife, and the finals left-handed were Eric Wafel and Travis Bagent, and I had beaten Eric Wafel before I had retired. And second place got $10,000, and I thought, that's my money.
Yes, right.
So
Yeah.
I asked the wife if she mind if I started training, and she's like, "Go ahead." And that was in 2015. I want
Yep.
to say
I'm gonna say
July or August
15.
of
Yeah.
2015. And so I've been at it strong since then. So trying to get better.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, me too. When I got into it, I tried to get real good real quick, and I had some really bad injuries right away. And you know, I wish I could go back and start again, but now
I
I'm good now. So
Yeah, I tore my bicep too, and I've broken the radius bone,
I know he did. I see.
arm. I've had shoulder surgery. I've had a bunch of crazy crap go on since I started
Yeah.
this up again.
Yeah, yeah, I know, eh? It's like, I think if you're gonna arm wrestle, it's pain's just part of it.
I have like my little brother asked me one time. He's like, after I had going to my neck surgery, and he's like, "Are you going to be done after this?" I'm like, "No." I say
No.
it's hard to give something up that you put so much time into,
Yeah.
and you are at a certain level. It's not easy to walk away from that.
Do you find it's a community too? Because I've never found a more loving community than arm wrestling. Like
Yeah,
I really haven't.
and the thing that's even crazier is I'll bring my wife to events, and like she's got friends that she wants to go and see. It's such a great, like you say, a great loving community that just accepts you to be who you are,
Yep.
and you guys will be enemies at the table, and right after you're done you're going to tell each other how you beat them.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I know, and what you need to work on, and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, where I got you, and I know I do it every match.
yeah,
I know
it's a great community and a great sport, and
it is. It is.
people don't understand. I mean, you work hard to get to a place, and you just don't want to walk away from it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we got a lot of guys here. I mean, I was just on the weekend there. We had, Len Houghton here in Alberta.
Yep,
He's
I,
a
I
he's
actually arm
well,
wrestled him at a WAL event.
okay, yeah. Well, he
Yeah,
was competing this weekend at provincials, and then everybody got together in the parking lot. We had a parking lot party afterwards, and no, it was great. It was great.
right on.
Yeah, yeah. It's and then, and he's still doing pretty good. He's still
Yeah,
flat.
he actually beat me right-handed in
He can
WAL.
he can hit, man.
Yeah,
He can hit.
he's an incredible guy, and he's a great dude. Like I don't know
Yeah,
him well, but the time that I have spent with him, he's a great guy.
he is. He is. He's a mentor to me because I look up to him. So
Good, good.
yeah, I mean a lot of I go back and I watch, and then some of the people I know and I'm friends with, and I go back and see their matches before I knew about arm wrestling. It's pretty inspiring, actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
to know that I'm friends with them. It's that
yeah.
like I train in Red Deer with Matt all the time, and sometimes I think I take it for granted. Oh, oh, there you go. I thought I
That's
lost
my
you.
bad. I hit the wrong button here.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you sometimes like I when I first started, I trained. Bob Brown's always been my coach, but sorry, my wife's yelling. What?
That's okay.
I'm doing a podcast. She's I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but she's down in the garden doing some weeding.
Oh, well, say hi. Yeah.
I,
Well,
I
you
will.
can
She
do
put
it.
her earphone back in, so she
Oh,
can't.
okay. She won't hear you anyway. Yeah. Yeah. She's probably a lovely lady.
She's amazing.
That's
She
awesome.
puts up like she's nursed me back to health and all my surgeries. She's just supported me 100% in this crazy sport that we're in.
Yeah, my wife's done the same, but she always questions, are you sure? Like you got so much pain and you're just like, I'm a man until I get home, right? And then I'm like, oh,
You want, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we are really tough until we get in the privacy of our home and we
Yeah.
bawl to our wives.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
hurts so bad you can't wipe your butt. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So one of the guys asked, I get a few questions, so I just ask them when they come up.
Go ahead, that's fine.
How have you been trying to prepare? I mean, especially now that you just had surgery and that is any kind of training hard for you?
So I can't lift any, like my back gets super tight and super sore. So
Yeah.
lifting is out right now. Everything I've done is on the table. I still have my team come over to my place every Thursday night, and we just aren't
Yeah.
arm wrestle as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Well, arm wrestling yeah. I mean, I'm the most torn up and sore after I arm wrestle. The gym
Uh huh.
doesn't do what arm wrestling does to me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not a huge gym guy. Like I actually hate that guy. He makes me hurt. I don't like him at all. Jim.
Well, I've been like I jumped into the sport here, and actually the level's actually quite high here in Alberta. Like that's why I've been really trying to get our guys noticed here. And like you guys just had a qualifier in Florida for East versus West.
Uh huh.
I held me and my business partner Ronnie. We put a qualifier on here in Calgary this year, and I think we had four competitors go, and out of the four competitors, one got two first right and left first place, Leia Cornerson, she got first on both arms, I believe, or first, I don't know. And then Allie ended up beating Artem on the left hand and got a win. And Victor, another guy that went for us, got second place in his category there. So that was
Right.
only four of our competitors were able to go. And that's the small portion of what we have here,
And they
right?
all that's awesome.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think we got like, yeah, I think four first place total out of all the competitors that went. So there were only four people went from Alberta, I'm pretty sure. So, or
That's all.
five. I think Jason T-Bach was there. He got third. But anyway, they all did really well. Byron Cahoon, he's a new guy. He got fourth, I think, on the right hand. So yeah,
Good.
like the guys really, really showed up, and I'm really proud of them. So we'll try to, yeah. So anyway, I think my point was I got off topic because I started glorifying them. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get the edge. I'm trying to get a little bit of an edge and catch up here because I've only been in, I think I've been pro for a year now,
Uh-huh.
and I'm 13th in Alberta. So I got Sandra Shettis to train me in the gym, like arm wrestling specific lifts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find every edge, any edge I can get to catch up. You know what I mean? To try to
Those,
cut back the time.
guys, those guys from Latvia, they know how to train. They built
Yeah.
such a small country. They built some amazing arm wrestlers.
Yeah, yeah. Like I, I have a hard time even getting through the routines, to tell you the truth. And some of the
Yeah.
stuff in the beginning I couldn't even do. So a lot of the, pull like isolated chin ups, pull ups, and you got to hold it at a 90 and all that
Yeah.
stuff because I'm a heavier guy.
That
I was
doesn't,
having a hard
that
time.
doesn't work for me either. Like
Yeah,
you try to hold up 345 pounds. It
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm almost 300, so yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
I'm in the club almost. So yeah, but yeah. Another question I got. Um, I know you love the community. I know you love the sport. Which do you think we're going in a good direction? And what kind what like what would you like to see for arm wrestling going forward?
Well, I mean, I would love to see it make the Olympics. That'd be an
Okay.
ultimate dream.
Yeah. Some guys,
Did you?
a lot of guys are on that train. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that letter that Egan had posted the other day that the para arm wrestling are going to be in the something sports like
Mm-hmm.
one step
Yeah.
closer to the
Yeah.
Olympics?
Yeah. I did see that.
That's huge because
Yeah.
once that gets there, then it's going to open the door for others like the open divisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that would be. I mean, our sport is really a great sport. It's not like some barroom meathead
No,
sport that everybody
it's
thinks
so
it is.
technical. It's so technical. It
Mm-hmm.
really is. Yeah.
So obviously, I'd like to see that. I do think that the sport is it's way bigger than it was when I started 27 years ago. Like social media has made huge advancements. Like we can do this. I can talk to somebody in Alberta about arm wrestling the very day, that
Mhm.
was never heard of before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we can have a conversation and you've got your fans are sitting there listening and they can ask us questions. It's the opportunities now for athletes in this sport are huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and if you get to be good enough, you can make a couple dollars doing it.
You can finally, you can. And
Yeah.
there's different avenues now too, like
Oh yeah.
there's enough arm wrestlers now. I mean, even if you wanted to contribute by holding an event, I mean, anybody can do that, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, there's lots of different avenues. You got pay-per-views now. I mean, if the level's there, you got prize money starting to get better at some of our events because
Mm-hmm.
there's more competitors going. There's more money. Sponsors are getting involved now. And I see a lane for maybe being recognized as a sport for the Olympics and the more entertainment side, like the UFC type style. I see that being a thing too. I think there's room for both ways. You know what I mean? Like I can see it going Olympic way, natural, and then I can
Mm-hmm.
also see kind of more of the enhanced performance in like a no, not WWE, more like UFC, like you know what I mean, like that,
Yeah.
like Wall was doing right for a while,
Yeah.
and
Well, I think that super match arm wrestling has changed the sport a lot.
yeah, I agree.
Like when you go, I'm actually a tournament arm wrestler. I love tournaments. Um, but you never know if you are the best arm wrestler if you win a tournament, right?
No,
Like
because it depends on the bracket. It depends on the
yeah,
wars. And, yeah,
you and I could have a war,
yeah,
and whoever wins, that next guy they're arm wrestling is fresh as a daisy.
yeah. I just had
And
it happen. I just had it happen. I got up there. Well, I took some supplements I shouldn't have took, some vitamins, and it
uh-huh.
caused me to have extra red blood cells on the day of provincials. And I
Okay.
kind of thought it might happen, but I wanted the energy from it. So on my first match, I just flashed a guy. I just like right to the pad. Like I didn't even feel him. And then I had a war the next match, and my hand blew up, like exploded. Like it was, I couldn't even close my fingers. Like it was so bad. Then the
Yeah.
guy that I smashed before him, I couldn't do, I didn't have no hand. So,
Yeah.
and even though I know fresh for fresh, I destroyed that guy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
lost to him, right? So, yeah,
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 it's crazy. And that's the great thing about super match arm wrestling is if you and I have a war, the guy in Poland next just had a war as well. So,
yeah, that's right.
it's
Yeah,
you got it's fair, it's even, and
yeah,
one-on-one matches, just one match is never really going to tell you who's the best.
no,
It takes a few matches to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, and and also strategy too. Like I've had a super match where I lost a round, realized what I did wrong, went back, cleaned it up, and then I won the super match, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you can strategize. You can be like, okay, like I know he's strong here. I'm gonna do my ace move, see if I'm just stronger. And then, you can have an idea on what to do if, okay, yeah, his ace is a little better than mine. I'm gonna have to tweak it. You can strategize better. But when you're in a tournament, you don't know, right? You gotta go to your ace every time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless
You've
you
got to
really
do your
know the
best.
competitors, right?
Yeah, in a tournament, you've got to be as efficient as you possibly can.
Yeah, yeah, and that's where I struggle in tournaments because I tend to not have the endurance a lot of the times. I'll be really strong out the gates, and then I'll have one more, and then I'll blow up. So
Yeah.
I'm working on the endurance part that way. But in a super match, it seems like the other guy's just as tired as me every round, right? So yeah,
That's the thing. It usually works
yeah,
out that way. So arm
yeah,
wrestling, you always have that opportunity. In super matches, you always have that opportunity to come back because the guy's just as tired as you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just seen something in the chat, so yeah, our guy Slava got first place on both right and left in Florida. Someone said
Nice.
that, so I didn't want to leave him out and not give him credit. So yeah, yeah, threw it in there. Yeah,
Alberta
good job, bud.
representing. That's nice to see.
Yeah, Alberta's an awesome province. I love it here. And me and this guy, his name's Dion. He lives in Montana. I said we're only 4 hours away from each other. Like, why don't we have more matches between Montana and Alberta? Like, you know what I mean? So we've come up with this big Alberta versus Montana. It's Armageddon, the northern border rivals. It'd be southern border for us, northern border for them. But it's 23 super matches, and it's Alberta versus Montana in every match.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
That
cool.
is cool.
Yeah, it's
I like that.
August.
I actually think that provinces and states should do that. They should have rivalry get-togethers with the state
Yeah,
next to them and
yeah.
just see
Why
how
not?
things fare.
I think
Yeah.
it's good. And not only that, like Montana's the same as us. Like we get Chinooks, they get Chinooks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
the Rockies, they got the Rockies. It's just like we're actually the exact same. Just one's Canadian and one's American, right? So
But hold it. Does Alberta have all the liberals that Montana does?
no, no, we're conservative. We're
Yeah.
we yeah, well, we call ourselves a blue because conservatives is blue in Canada, but we'd be a
Yeah.
red state. We'd be a red state if we were in the States. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Montana is very, very liberal.
Oh, wow. No, no, they're not the same as us then. No,
All
no, no.
people are moving from like New York and Boston and Chicago.
Yeah,
They
that's
want to
happening.
the out west Montana experience, so they're all moving there.
Well, you know what? We have a lot of people from East moving here because of how liberal it is, right? And they
Yeah,
want to get away from it. And I'm fine with it. Come here, but just accept our values and don't bring that liberal shit with you.
yeah. Don't
No,
you want to get away from that stuff? But as soon as you get there, you want to. Well,
you
this is what
want
we did there. We should do that here. No, that doesn't work.
no, no. You're seeing that with California, right? And then
Yeah. Oh yeah.
now they're charging taxes if you move. I heard they're
If you
charging
have a
people
business, yeah,
money.
yeah,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's crazy. You're gonna
Yeah.
move, we're gonna charge you a fee.
You
Yeah,
shall not leave.
yeah, yeah. No, we're like the Wild West of Canada. I mean, we still have our gun rights, and well, not what we have of them anyway. But I mean, the rest of Canada is heading towards taking them away from us, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's a tough one.
I would love. There's some places in Alberta that I'd like to visit. I would. I just think it's a beautiful place.
It is. It is. Yeah. And it's probably the same there in Utah. I mean, it looks kind of look like the Rockies that I see. So I don't know.
Yeah, and northern Utah is kind of a more green area. In southern Utah, you've got all that red sandstone mountain stuff, but it's still
Yeah.
beautiful.
Right on. Right on. Well, I have to get there. I'm getting my passport here in the next couple of weeks, so
There you
maybe
go.
check out. I don't know. Is it drivable from Alberta? I don't. I've
Oh
never.
yeah, you could drive all the way down. I mean, it'd be a hell of a drive, but you could do
Well, you
it.
go through. Where would you go through? I wonder. I'm gonna look
Straight
at.
down through Montana into Idaho and into Utah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's no way through the Rockies that way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I go to Montana, I drive pretty much through the Rockies. We drive. You can go up
Hmm.
through Yellowstone, or you can go a little bit further west and come down through what's called uh, oh goodness, I can't think of the place in Idaho, but it's all pretty much Rocky Mountain driving. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be beautiful though. Yeah.
We used to do a lot of sand dune riding back in the day. I had dirt bike,
Yeah. I've done that.
and there were people that come on. You guys called it the May long
Oh
holiday or
yeah, we
long
call it May
weekend or
two
whatever.
four weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they would always we'd end up camping right next to people from Alberta at the sand dunes.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
think
they
I've heard. I think I've heard of that. Yeah, the sand dunes.
It's
People talk
Saint
about.
Anthony sand dunes
Yeah.
in Idaho.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've had people talk about it. So yeah. Yeah. I have to check it out. I'm gonna start doing a lot more traveling now that I'm older and I got a little more time. I'd really like to start competing through the states and making meeting more friends, and because
Yeah,
I have such great friends that I've met through arm wrestling, and like some of them are like really good friends now, and it's
yeah.
just amazing the people you meet, right? So,
Well,
I,
if you're ever in northern Utah, you have a place to stay here.
oh, thanks. Same here. You hit me up
Appreciate
and
that.
come here. Yeah, yeah. Well, well, I got your training. I mean, you can't really do much. You can pull on the table.
Yeah.
But I think your experience, and if you're getting enough table time in, and now what do you do? Like just because I know they asked about your training. When you're about to go into a competition, like what do you do? How do you ease in? Like do you just back right off arm wrestling like a certain period of time out or
So if it's a big event, one that I'm concerned about, I take 2 weeks off, and I don't do anything, like literally nothing. If it's just a normal event that I'm not as concerned about, I will stop about 10 days out and rest.
okay.
But going up to that, I will try and hit table time as much as I can. I will try to get people like my teammates with bands and people pulling on bands and just try to give me the extra pressure that I need
Yeah.
to get more tuned up. But that's
Well,
pretty much it. I try to work on cardio as much as possible. If I'm in the gym, it's probably 70% cardio work I'm doing just to keep
mhm.
my lungs up to date.
Yeah, that's a big thing, I didn't realize how important breathing is when you arm wrestle because
Yeah.
I had a super match last year and I'm still kind of new and I like to hold my breath. And I swear I almost died. I won the super match, but I almost died. Like, and everybody thought I was done because I was like literally falling on the ground. I was like like dying. And I'd go back and I'd win, and then I would almost die again, and then I'd go back and then yeah. And it was just because I didn't learn how to breathe properly when I was arm wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the stuff I work on the most in the gym.
Yeah.
Being a big individual,
Yeah.
cardio does not come natural. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. That's me too. I'm the same way. And then like I said, I like to just, but I got this mouthpiece. It's called the Airway. And
uh-huh.
a lot of guys like Ron Bath, guys like that, have you ever seen them with their mouth guards?
Yep,
Well,
yep.
I did find that believe me, I get like I bet you I'm 3-4% stronger when I'm biting down on that. But I was having problems breathing, so I'd be spitting it out halfway through the match. But I found this new one. It's called the Airway, and you bite on it, and you can still breathe. Even
Oh, right on.
yeah, it's even totally clenched down on the mouthpiece. You can still breathe. So it was actually it's kind of an edge in a way. They say that your central nervous system, something about when you're biting down, you get more activation from your central nervous system. So a lot of power lifters will wear a mouthpiece. They'll try to do a lift, they won't be able to do it, and then they'll put the mouthpiece in, and then they'll knock out the lift just because it does something to your central nervous system. So if you're ever
Huh.
bored or you have a mouthpiece, you should try it sometime. It's pretty amazing how much more you get out of it when you're biting down and just giving her.
Yeah, you'd never think that was the case.
Yeah, you wouldn't, but it's almost scientifically proven that it does
Right
help.
on.
Yeah, like I noticed Ron Bath doing it, and then I tried it, and then I looked into the why they do it, and yeah, there's actually a reason for it. Yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah, just an idea.
I
Yeah,
just thought Ron didn't want to break those
I,
pearly whites that make him so handsome.
yeah, no, but that is why I don't know. I thought I seen Hutchings wear one once too, but
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, it's a big power lifter thing, but anyway, well, okay. Well, I pretty much asked everything. I just happy you came on, Kody. It was really nice of you.
Hey, it's not a problem at all. If you want to talk any other time, let me know. I'd be more than happy to come and talk to you.
Oh, definitely reach out again. Probably every time you have a match coming up, I'll bug you, and maybe we can help promote your match for you too,
I
especially as a
appreciate it.
pro. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So I won't keep too much of your time. It looks beautiful there. Enjoy it before it gets dark. And
Yeah, I got about half the yard still to go. So I have an acre and a half here, so it takes a minute to cut it.
yeah, well, you better go. You better go. And thanks again for coming on, and everybody that's watching. Thanks for coming and watching, and we'll be back on tomorrow with Zach and Dakota, and they couldn't make it tonight. I'm sorry, and yeah. Well, thanks again, Kody. I appreciate it,
All
man.
right. Hey, no problem.